taking you for a walk in the countryside.
A bit about my background and how I got into Patchwork Picnic. Professionally, I'm a trained illustrator and I actually run my own animation company, but of late it's got a bit quiet. Potentially because of AI, I don't know, I'm not really sure, but it has freed up time for me to do my sewing.
So seeing as I had all this time in my hands, because I had no work, I started looking into other digital adventures.
I became aware of people struggling to design or complete their hexagon quilts when they're doing their English paper piecing. So when my husband mentioned that he'd heard about this website that could help me write an app, I was just, oh my gosh, that's perfect. And obviously I jumped onto this website straight away and suggested that I wanted to make this hexagon design app. And that's when Hexite was born.
Here we are, top nest. That's cute. I just think I can buy it all. Essential fabric purchase complete. I know I didn't need to buy any material, but I literally can't wait to add it to my stash. So Hexite is an interface on a web page that you can plan and design your own hexagon quilts or table runners or designs, and you can access it on any device, and it gives you the fabric requirements. You can choose your colours, whatever size you want, and at the end of it you can print out a PDF and have all the information there for you to use. I mean, I think it's an invaluable tool, and I've spent a long time working on it, and I really hope that people find it useful. And what's more is, if it is a success, I'm going to go on and make another one, but with different shapes. That's my aim anyway. If you want to know more about Hexite, check it out on my website. So I just redeployed the Hexite app and it's all fine. Just a few tweaks needed for the login, which I'm just looking at now. But on the whole, I'm really pleased. Okay, day 2 of the redeployment of Hexite, and I feel like ChatGPT is lying to me. He said this was going to be straightforward, or her, whichever, and it's not. Starting to get frustrated. Okay, a little bit of progress. I've managed to get the Hexite to now log in on the desktop properly, but it's still not working on the phone. It's when you get the link to log in, and if you long press on it, you get a preview of the app, but then when you click on it, it just goes back to the login. So I'm stuck in a bit of a loop at the moment. So I'm just trying to get to the bottom of that, but little steps. I am being sort of sent around the houses with ChatGPT at the moment, so I'm trying to not lose my temper and throw the whole computer out of the window. That's going well. Good morning. This is day 3 of the agony that is trying to get the Hexite logging working. I have a feeling ChatGPT has been lying to me, that this isn't the straightforward process that it told me it was going to be, but hopefully it'll be nailed today. It is working on desktop. It's a problem of how the phones perceive the link, apparently. So onwards and upwards. Let's see how we get on today. I need this morning. So it's fully working, and the way we beat the preview problem was to have a interim staging page, which means that it doesn't expire the link. So now you click continue and then the app loads. It's amazing. So it turns out I celebrated too early, and straight away I had some logging in errors, so I'm just looking at those. Hopefully they're fixed now. Day 4, and we seem to have half the amount of people being able to log in and half getting the adding to database error. So that's interesting. That's a hurdle I have to get over today. Am I going to come over it smoothly and neatly, or just crash through it like a big old elephant? That's the question. Day 6, and the login is fully operational. It's de-ghosted and completely working. Oh my word, what a week though, what a week. So next up, new testers for the Etsy link. I just need to get an automatic email triggered, and then we're going to be shouting out. Make sure you follow my Hexite page on Facebook for when I introduce the need for just a handful of more beta testers. So this week I've been so busy with Hexite that in the evening I've just been collapsing and doing some basting. Predominantly lots of these guys. So I thought I would show you how I thread baste a diamond. Quite a generous seam allowance, I think. I'm not quite sure what that is off the top of my head. I never really measure because I don't use templates. So I just use a seam allowance that I'm comfortable with. So I always start on the widest angle. I just feel it's easier to get a nicer tuck. I fold the top down, and then using the edge and maybe a bit of nail aid to fold that over like I'm wrapping a present. And I do just a couple of stitches. I don't tend to really knot when I thread baste. I know I've had comments on this. It only needs to last as long as it takes to join it into a piece and to sew around all sides. But it doesn't need overly knotting. I just feel it slows the whole process down. So I just do 2 to start, and then I always turn my piece the same way. I don't know if it's because I'm right-handed and I'm using my left hand, so I turn my left to go to the point, and then you must always fold your fabric down in the same order, because that dictates which way the tail points, and you need to have them pointing the same way. So I fold down the top, then I fold at the side, and you need to try and remember that rhythm. And it can be difficult if you're fussy cutting, for example, because you're a bit more fingers and thumbs, but that's how you get these guys, the tails, pointing in the right direction. So mine always point to the right. I'll show you why in a minute. So again, I'm just going to do a stitch, kind of in the middle, but away from the edge. It just creates a better envelope. Move on round. And then again, fold down the top, fold over the side, your tail will point to the right. So what you end up getting are windmill tails. They're not like this. If I do this first and then do this, you see how they point the same way? We don't want this, and I'll show you why when I've just sewed this down. If I was going to have my pieces sat around for a while, I might do a knot when I finish and start, but because I join them quite quickly, I just do a couple of stitches. So there we go, that's our piece. And if you look, there's my one I just showed you. And in fact, can you see how they all point the same way? And then if I introduce a triangle to the mix, see how that is pointing the same way as well. Always points. And that is because when you have joined all your triangles, you see again, these all point the same way. If you look at the back, they nest behind. They form this little pattern. It's almost like a star on the back. And if they were not facing all the same way, this would happen, and you'd get them causing much sort of denser lumps. And when they're all pointing the same way, they nest, so you can have a nice flat finish when you sandwich it to make the quilt. I think soon I will show you how I make my stars, because although I have a tutorial I made a couple of years ago, I've actually found slightly better technique, so keep watching for that. Apparently 2 huge trees have fallen down up the road. There's a massive storm last night, so I'm going to go and take a look.
Such a shame.
Poor Reginald's been abandoned in the spare room whilst my teenage son uses the pool table. To me, to you, to you.
Check out what reference for Americans.
The British audience will know what I'm referring to, because they'll have heard all about the Chuckle Brothers. Okay. This is the piece that I joined last week, if you remember, and it goes exactly here. one little triangle left to do and the tail is done. The big question is, shall I do this area? Thinking I might. Let me know. Tell me in the comments. Do you think I should do the gap in the tail? Huge thank you to all the beta testers that helped me with Hexite this week to get all the logins sorted. I'm going to be releasing some more spots to join the beta to test the Etsy shop logging and purchase flow. So if you're interested, have a look on the Hexite page for details. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Thank you again.